Hey y'all, it's Danny with Escape Powersports. I just cleaned up this Maverick Max for its new owner, so y'all know what that means. It is time to grease it. And since I gotta do it anyway, I figured we'd try and make a short and helpful video on the 23 grease fitting locations I found on this Maverick. But real quick, I want to talk about why we should even go through the hassle of greasing these in the first place. And it's going to extend the bearing and bushing lives, like the ones out of this lower control arm. And if it lowers the long-term cost of ownership for our clients, that's more than a good enough reason for me. So as far as when to grease our machines, I believe BRP suggests every 50 hours or so. I like to do it after really wet rides, anytime you hear the suspension starting to squeak, or after a good thorough cleaning like we did to this one today. And as far as tools go, it's a really short list. All we need is a grease gun. I like this cheap one off Amazon because it's got this flexible tip. I've got it loaded with marine grease because it's naturally water resistant, and we're going to need a bunch of shop towels because this can get messy. So as far as where all 23 of these grease fittings are located, I found 8 in the front suspension, 2 for each of these A-arms. And these front control arms usually only take 1 to 4 pumps before fresh grease starts coming out of the bushings, and we'll make sure to get the same 4 fittings on the other side. I also noticed 3 U-joints, one near the front and rear diff, and I also noticed a third one kind of in the middle. I believe it's connecting the center shaft to the front diff on this Max. It'll probably be the hardest to get to because it is under the skid plate. Now there ain't really enough room in here to show, enough room for the camera lights and me to show me greasing this U-joint. But there it is, front U-joint. And there ain't no way to show this one on video, but I think I was able to get a picture, and it looks like it's lined up with the hole to where I'll be able to get it without having to pull the skid plate, so that's cool. And unfortunately, it's the same deal with this back U-joint camera-wise, but I did have to pull the bike up a little bit to get to that one there. Now moving on to the back here, y'all forgive my drawing there. That's my first attempt at drawing a TTA 5-link. But I found a Zerk on each side of the sway bar, 8 more for all the lower and upper rear control arms, so 8 more with the control arms, and then 2 more on these little bars on the very back there. I'm not sure what those bars are or what they're called. Maybe torsion bars? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments what those are called or if that's correct. And also let me know if I missed any. I found 23. I believe that to be all of them, so let's get right to it. This sway bar bushing is a good example of when a grease gun with a flexible tip definitely comes in handy, and we'll be sure to get the same spot on the other side. When I see grease coming out of the gun at the fitting, I know it's not on all the way, so it's time to wipe it up and try again. Every now and then the grease gun will get stuck on a fitting, and I like to use the wiggle and yank technique to get it back off. And here's the fitting on that rear bar that's been confusing me. I'll be sure to get the matching one on the other side. So I hope this helps when it comes time to grease the fittings on your Maverick. And if it did, do me a quick favor and give this video a thumbs up so I know I'm on the right track here. But more importantly, if it wasn't helpful or you have any thoughts on how I can improve these videos, or really any comments on this topic in general, please leave them in the comments section below. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, if you love these Can-Ams as much as I do, you can always subscribe to this channel for more helpful content. I'm Danny with Escape Powersports. I want to thank you for watching, and until next time, we'll see y'all on the trails.